Well, we're back, and my name is Jeffrey Davis. This is Radio Entrepreneurs, and we're always telling the stories of entrepreneurship. That's what's important about this show, and that's what we're publishing on our YouTube site and our radio interviews. We're being hosted all week long at the great law firm of Davis Malm D'Agostine. That means I'm sitting with Pat Clendenin, who's my bodyguard for the whole segment.
Bodyguard for life, Jeffrey. Thanks so much for being here, and always appreciate it.
You know, that does give me a sense of security, thinking that you're out to protect me. Again, you've invited our next guest. I think you've made my life a lot easier. I know you have a lot of respect for this person. John, it says T. Lynch, from Davis Malm. Welcome.
Thank you, Jeffrey.
And do you want to tell us a little bit? I assume you also do a lot of M&A work, so why don't you tell us a little bit about your practice?
Okay, my practice is substantially M&A. I started doing this when I first became a lawyer. We represented Donnelly Outdoor Advertising. My first major projects, we sold all of their companies from Maine to Florida. We actually ran the companies and then sold them all off. So I cut my teeth on that. But over the years, I've been involved deeply in M&A, and I have a background in accounting, which helps a great deal in M&A transactions. So I do, last year I did 3 or 4 major transactions. That's about as many as you can do in a year. The M&A business over the last 4 or 5 years has just been very dynamic. There was a period where there was very little activity in the M&A area. Now there is substantial activity over the last 4 or 5 years.
Right. Right away I have an interpretation of what you're saying. First of all, I'll give you an opinion. The best M&A people I've seen have a background in accounting. They just understand the mechanics of the deal. They can break it down and really understand it better. The other thing is 3 to 4 deals a year. I assume that means you're very hands-on. You're really working those deals. You're not delegating it all to junior associates. You're really making sure your eyes are on those deals. Is that correct?
That is correct. Davis Malm is a law firm. We've been about 35 to 40 lawyers. We probably have 10 people that work in the corporate area. When I do an M&A deal, I use what I call a conduit approach. And the conduit approach is all of the information goes out through me and all the information comes in through me, even with respect to the client. And I think that gives us an advantage. Last year, I was doing a substantial transaction, and the law firm on the other side was a major law firm. They used 5 different offices of the same firm, and they lose continuity. The way we do it with the conduit approach, I think we maintain continuity throughout the transaction, and we know all aspects of the transaction. One of the deals I did last year, the acquisition agreement was 785 pages long. That's because of all the attachments that the other firm wanted to put on it, et cetera. The actual acquisition agreement was probably 80 to 90 pages. It went through 13 drafts. The rest were all the due diligence, disclosure schedules, and so forth that were attached.